channel, and our focus today is very strange and also very interesting. So, assuming you are a geochemist or you are not even in geosciences, you're a social scientist, and you've collected some survey and you finding it difficult to understand the responses that you get from that kind of a survey. So what we are going to do today is I'm going to demonstrate how you can use ChatGPT to analyze qualitative data, right? And make very interesting inferences, understanding out of the data, and then simplify them for better understanding and readership. So this is what we're going to do, and we're going to follow 5 basic steps as usual. First, we are going to input the transcript that you have from the interview, if you have the transcript from the interview, such that it will be the basis for ChatGPT to understand what is being worked on. And then we are going to paste the result from all the answers from the questionnaires, and try to extract themes from them, also code it, and then we try to generate academic summary and export all this for report writing. So let's get down to ChatGPT, and I'm going to bring in a survey. So you can bring in a PDF, you can bring in a PDF, you can bring in a CSV, or you can also do a copy and paste. So depending on what you do, on how big the data is, you get different responses or different answers from your prompts based on those. So now let me show you what the data looks like first. So this is a survey. It was collected a long time ago, and then it shows different data. I'm going to enlarge. You have the time span, you have the ages. I've removed the personal information from it, so you don't know where those people that have answered the questionnaire. But the gender, the affiliation, the level of education, the area of specialization for them, the years of experience, and it started with all these qualitative questions. Do you use any of the following tools? Are you on social media? Do you use any of these social media handles? Referencing tools, do you use referencing tools? Which of the following disciplines of geoscience are you familiar with? And these are qualitative. The responses are not numbers. They are not like pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are qualitative. So we're going to copy all of this in ChatGPT with the heading, and we start with the heading. I've reduced the data to 100, just 100, and then we do this. We copy, and then we'll paste this into ChatGPT. So you paste. You can decide to leave because it's always a screen dump as a picture. You can leave that as the picture and say first you may reorganize the data, or just press enter to reorganize the data. So let's see what it does first. Reorganize the data, reorganize the table, and that is going to fail because it's too much, right? So we can just bring in the first 10 information, just to see the first 10, or we use the CSV file straight away. Copy, and let's paste the data, and then now let's see what it understands as the data first, and it's going to analyze it, and then we can start querying it by prompting, like we're still analyzing, so we have to wait a bit because it's quite big, the data. So what it has done here is just simply plotted all the information that are here. That you see, now you just look at the data and and answered based on the thematic areas. But we don't want the plot yet. So what we can do is that we can play with words. We can say list out the key themes of this survey, and it's going to tell you that it's about demographic, digital literacy tools, geoscience knowledge and skills, teaching experience and capacity, curriculum and learning quality, postgraduate education, career development, and professional network, and people even having interest in mocks. Okay, would you like a visual infographic of or summary table for this? Yes, that should be the way it is. But we can say, for example, can you uh, list code, or can you code the teams? Yeah, okay, and then with this we can now um, say generate uh, academic hypothesis around the thematic areas. Okay, it's still running the teams, coding the teams, which is fine. So you can code qualitative data, and here you see there is a significant relationship between the level of education and awareness of massive open online classes MOOCs among your science students. Years of cognate experience significantly influence based on those thematic areas. Okay, having done that, we want not just the working hypothesis, but we also want the null hypothesis. Can you make both the working and null hypothesis? So hypothesis as H1 and H0 for H0 for all the thematic areas. And then we are developing those hypotheses into yes or no answers. There is a significant relationship between the level of education and awareness of MOOC, which is the working hypothesis, and a yes answer. And there is no significant relationship, which is the null hypothesis. And we've done that for all of these thematic areas. Okay, now we can now start analyzing the table based on the results. What are the principal analysis to be done? And then it's going to give you suggestions on the analysis. Descriptive analysis, of course, we always do that with statistics, like a mean, median, average, stack, bar plot, and all of those. Okay, chi-test, t-test, and over, and all of those. Okay, now, so now pick the 5 top descriptive plots and curate them based on the result. So it's going to do mean media mode for the thematic areas, and then it's going to provide a plot. And if you need to make a dashboard, for example, you can make dashboard. So number of respondents, distribution of respondent by education. We see that here five PhDs, 4 MScs, and then 1 PhD. Sorry, 5 BScs, 4 MScs, 1 PhD. Programming level in terms of never done Python, they've done MATLAB, they've done JavaScript, because now I reduced the number to 10. And you see all these plots, you can just download them and use them in your report straight away. Right now, let's do something very interesting. Provide a result section without, because the result should be without interpretation of the result, right? Based on this plot, and make sure to cite the figures from figure 1 to, let's assume we have 10 figures to 10, right? The result should be based on the feedback, so it doesn't generate something superfluous for you. Word count 750 words. Yeah, and then it has followed all the, you see now it's started citing the figure 1, 3, the gender composition, and go on, cite the right figure in figure 4, cognitive experience, because I will ask it to classify the thematic areas, and I also build a story that is quite relatable. And you see now on this thematic area, curriculum feedback, it has done the same, and cite the appropriate figure numbers on the MOOC, professional development, and these are results. They are results, they are not interpretations. Would you like to proceed with creating figure 6 to 10, e.g. MOOC participation? Absolutely yes. Use bold font on the axis area more than size 10 so that it can be produced for in print, more than size 10, no italics, and then it will produce all the next figures based on that. Okay, so we can copy all of those, copy the results, download the figures, and then put our own input on it. So if you have a very large survey result that you've collected, it can even be from a field endeavor where you go out on the field collecting samples, or even do ethnographic surveys where you interview people and you're struggling with coding these, and also doing quantitative analysis. This is one way to use ChatGPT to help yourself get better and also produce plots. And then you can generate as many plots as possible, and it has done that based on the result that you have here. You see that this with the extra tone added to the axis, now these are better than the previous ones. If you look up, this is what you have on the previous ones. You see they are not bold, they are not that size, because it's at the background there's Python coding, so you still have all this faint lettering coming from Python. And you can do more. You can even add numbers, the percentage to the bar chart, or even change the chart type to whatever you want. And then it has also given you captions, awareness of MOOCs among respondents, membership in society, and so forth. Yes, we are not going to proceed with that. So in summary, when you have a survey that you are struggling with, ChatGPT can really come in handy, help you do a summary of the survey, especially coding qualitative data, and also make you transit from being qualitative to quantitative data, but most especially give you an academic flavor to the result that you write, or the report that you have. Once again, thank you for coming to the channel. Thank you for liking the videos. If you have not subscribed yet, subscribe for more content, and you get notifications when I upload.